God grant me the power tonight. Hello, everybody. Hello, 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 hello. I assume you guys can hear me, right? Thumbs up. Oh, man. Hello, guys. Hello, hello, hello. Right when I was getting ready to say that, I realized I forgot to turn the receiver on. So I'm hoping you guys can hear me. I assume you can, right? Good. You can hear me? You guys got to let me know. If not, I got to go here and check. Hold on. No, that's not. That's from yesterday. I want that one. I want this one. You hear me? All right. All right. All right. How come? Why am I seeing Russell in here, but not in there? Is this on twice? There's not two live streams going on, is there? That would be the next. I got all this taken care of. I hope. I hope there's not two live streams going on. Let me look. Let me look. Let me look over here. Um. Well. Oh man, come on! Don't do this to me. Live. We are live. Why does it say number 51 is live? What the crap? Oh, for God's sake. Hold on. I don't know why there are two. I swear to God, I got somebody poked a doll. I have to end the one. Hold on. Because this isn't, I'm trying to watch this. It's not, okay, hold on. Okay, I'm going to have to end this one, I guess. What says number 53? Hmm. But it's saying number 51 down here. What the heck is going on? Now you have this kind of stuff. Hold on. Let me figure this out. It says live is 51 right now, which it shouldn't be. But up here, it's saying 53. So I don't know what is. It's saying it's on here. It's saying 53. It says there's 3 watching or 3 waiting. Yeah, why is this? What the? See, I'm learning, guys. Hold on. Let me edit this. This is what happens when you got 3 computers and 3 different keyboards. All right, don't want that. Hold on, guys. Sorry about all this. Be number 50. I don't know why 51 is back to being live. Shouldn't be. All right, we'll just call this one talking music. The thumbnail for this be that. This whole thing has changed. Save it. We're live. Right. Hold on, guys. I can't. Oh my God. Okay. It's saying it's live, but showing that it says 53 is waiting. So I don't know what, but I'm seeing the chat here in 53 on the screen, but the video is not playing. The video is over saying 51. Oh my God. Well, I'll just hit this live one here. I changed it to 53, I believe, right? Yep. So yeah, and it's I don't know. It's saying there's other people in the other chat, 5 other people waiting. If Peggy, if you could go over there and see if you can find out, tell them we're over here, and I don't know why it's doing this. I would appreciate it, please. It doesn't make sense to me, but I don't understand. Well, there's Russell now. Okay. Okay, thank you guys. I don't know what's going on. It says 53 on here. It's scheduled as 53. It's playing, but on when I went to my own channel, it was saying 53 was upcoming and 51 was live. I don't know what's going on there. So, oh my God. Thank you, Peggy. And guys, welcome. Sorry for the confusion. I'm probably more confused than you guys are. Hey, Martian. But yeah, 50. Yeah, I don't understand it. I don't understand this at all. But oh well. I think I got the whammy put on me from out west. Oh man. So I thought tonight, well, I'll show you what I've been working on, and I'll tell you this. You guys saw it last night, but all the cameras should be working. Here we go. Okay, so you notice there's a little bit more done to the base. I have to get screws. I can't find the right screws to hold the pickups in. I got the potentiometers in and the knobs on it. I have to wire it up. And then on the yellow circle, you'll see a black, like a black washer, and it's the kind that goes in the back when there's not a back plate. this guitar had 5. This bass had 5 in it. The first 2 would not come out. We worked on it for probably an hour and a half before I tore it down, or as I tore it down to paint it. And I don't know if somebody glued them in there completely or JB welded them. I don't know what happened, but the first 2 wouldn't come out. So the first 2 are orange. The other 3 are the original black, and they came out. So earlier today, if you look on the yellow ring, you'll see a little black circle. I had all 3 of them. Now I only have 1, and I cannot find the other 2. And I have another capacitor there to put on the other pickup. And we'll wire it up. And MPN is now the owner of that bass. So MPN is the first person who has 2 of my custom paint jobs. So there you go. So if I can't find the other 2, I'll have to find some on Amazon or Reverb and buy them. So I don't know. I don't know. So I just got to wire it up. What I might do, MPN, is wire it up, get that much done, go get some screws, the right screws to hold the pickups in place, and then order them and just have them sent to you and send you the guitar and neck, or the body and neck. I'll figure something out. I don't know. They were on that bench. Now they're not. I don't know what happened to them. I've looked everywhere. I got a magnet extender thing, and I also have a magnet roller, and I cannot find them anywhere. I don't know what happened. Oh, wait. Now I got all kind of stuff open here. What the heck? Now I got 3 chats open. Live chat. Okay, so this one I don't need. That's the other one. Everyone go the other 3. Okay, that don't need that one. So this is the one here. There we go. All right, that's better. So anyhow, I gotta wire the pickup up, find some screws, and then either try to find the other 2 some more, or just go ahead and buy a set of 5 and just have them shipped to you. Then there you go. No. I didn't do the vertical thing. But it doesn't, I mean, literally, right here, it says number 53 bench chat live. And it's on 51. I don't know what happened there. So, oh well. All right, so let's get back to this. And congratulations, MP. 2 custom paint jobs. That's cool. Do this, comments. Here, there we go. Oh, I don't know which one. Okay. There we go. So, yeah, MPN offered a deal last night, and sure. So, yeah, I can put that on here, but I don't like. I think that's stupid. Hey, Mad. I'm sorry the whole thing was confusing there at the beginning. So we got Mad Hatter, we got Lewis, we got MPN, we got Russell, Greasy, Billy Ray, Peggy, Martian. Let's see. Did I miss anybody? Lewis. Let's see. Hold on. I think that's everybody right now. Mr. Mick, hey, there he is. And Russell. Okay, so this is the sweatshirt version of the shirts. So you can get a sweatshirt, a t-shirt, or a hoodie. Which, oh, that was, I hate having cords attached here. And as soon as I know nothing about that either. So thanks to Mr. and Mrs. Mick for all that. As soon as I get the link to post, I will post it. And you guys can buy your own, whatever size you want. Derek was the winner of the one Mr. Mick gave away. And you guys were so close. Everybody, there was like 3 or 4 people that was one number away. Then you guys went the opposite way. So it was I didn't think it was going to last as long as it did. It was like, because Peggy was one number off, then went the other way. I was like, oh. There you go. She's working on the web store. So thank you, everybody. Thank you, Mrs. Mick. So you guys can buy. You know, I love it because, I love it, but I didn't think anybody else would want one. And this was something I thought about later on down the road, and then Mr. Mick and Mrs. Mick got the idea and sent these to me, and I love it to death. So there we go. So now if you guys want them, you could buy your own. When it's ready. Let's leave it at that. Matt, I don't know. We won't know till the store's posted. So once everything gets posted, you guys can just drop in there and grab what you want. Thank you, Lewis. Can you do hats? I don't know. I swear to God, guys. All I know is Mrs. Mick is doing it, and I get the link when it's ready, and I'll put it in every feed of every show, and I'll also have it on the homepage of the website. You guys. So there you go. It's not that far away, Billy or Mad. So there you go, everybody. So I think it's great. So there you go. I like it. And it'd be cool if you guys want them. That would be great. I just know when I put the unboxing video up, I just got hammered. Text message and emails. Wow, where can I get the shirt? How much all I work? And I couldn't really say anything to anybody because I didn't know. Okay, well, Mrs. Mick saw last night. She is going to try a hat, but will show me first for my approval. He hasn't made the prototype yet. So there you go, buddy. I know I don't have to send 2 hats to California. Oh, let me check and see if there's any more update on the red box. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Yeah, the gold Void post says Thursday, but I think they're going to be here Monday. Yeah, they're going to be here Monday. They're in Indianapolis right now. They'll be here Monday. And the CR tracking, yeah, it's not updating since the 14th. Package left shipper facility. Be here between the 23rd and May 1st. It can't get here soon enough. I'm telling you that right now. It cannot get here soon enough so I can put an end to this crap. Because that's exactly what it's turned into. And that's going to be my symbolic um, name written down, rolled up, thrown away. So I don't have to send anything to Greasy. Got it. Now what was that? Rain, more rain. So yesterday here it was 84 outside, 62 down here. Today it was 79. Now tomorrow it's going to be 50. And Monday morning there's frost. It's supposed to be like 31. So that's Ohio weather for you. Yeah, Greasy. Both are off my list now. Yeah, they're yeah. It was more or less finalized today. So it is over. And like I said, and once the symbolic box is done, and then it's in true Italian fashion, you don't mention it again. Wait a minute, Peggy, what? I didn't see nothing today. What happened today? What was said? I gotta know, Peggy. I gotta know. No, I didn't see that today at all. What what happened? Well, hasn't he been a builder for a long time? Let him do it. Yeah, and I said today that as long I talked to a few people today, not just one, talked to a few. I was on the phone all freaking day. Uh, so I guess it's over. I don't know. But I don't know. Basically, it was you just wanted to roll it up into a nutshell. I was wrong, and that's it. That's basically the last thing you know. So, but yeah, I was actually on the phone for over 2 hours yesterday, then a little bit today, and then after all that, I had a relaxing conversation for about an hour with Michael B., who, by the way, this coming Tuesday will be here on the show with me. Michael B. will be. Yeah, there you go. Michael B. will be on the show with me Tuesday. And we had talked about it uh, before, kind of during one of the shows, and so I don't know if we're if he's going to do the soldering thing on his Telecaster, and you know, uh, try to have me walk him through it. That is, if I can. Who knows? I don't know. Who knows? So yeah, it's to the point now. Um, okay, well, see, I didn't. Yeah, I didn't see that. Well, I didn't get the notification either, so I might be blocked now. So, it. I mean, it is what it is. Who knows? But I am going to stand by my comment either last night or the other night, saying very, 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 and anybody who knows anything about a guitar, if you have a whole room full of guitars and the action on them is like this, up like that, and you have to learn to play that way, then the only reason would be you do not know how to set the intonation, intonation. And again, I'm not saying that's bad, but learn it, figure it out. So when you get one of this set up, you know, when you're used to going, it's not going to be right. And a lot of people have buzz on their frets, doesn't come through the amp. Um, I watched somebody the other day, famous guitarist who we all know, and I can't. It was on a YouTube short, and I can't think. Oh, dang it, who it was? But he's like, yeah, he goes, little buzz right here. That's as long as it doesn't come through the amp, that's fine. So I don't know. You guys even hear this? Okay. So yeah, it's it's if you don't know how to do it, there's nothing wrong with that. Learn how to do it. But man, if you sat for over 10 years telling everybody how you did all this and then don't do it on live shows, um, you're doing it to yourself. I've never once ever said I was the best. And I've always said I'm willing to learn from anybody, and anybody can show you something about all this. Um, but, I never did any direct attacks like I was attacked. And well, oh well. So I have not heard the Children of the Grave live from Randy in years. So what I was playing the other day um, was going from memory, and then I sat here today trying to figure it out, the rest of it, or more. I don't want to get in trouble with because I already got hit with copyrights, not the strikes, but just the notices. But it's that's and then he goes, hold on. I think it's something like that. I still haven't listened to it. Today. I didn't listen to it because I was thinking, wait a minute, I want to try to figure that out in my head. And I literally haven't heard that album. I have it on album. I actually have the original 87 album, the CD, and I think even cassette. And I probably haven't listened to it I'm going to say probably since 1995, 94, when we moved to Springfield. So we moved to Springfield in 94, moved back here in 07. And I haven't listened to it since then, so since 94. So I'm going by my memory if that's... I'm going to give you a little bit of health advice. Whatever you can do to prevent strokes, do it, because this and this are still numb. And if I don't squeeze the pick as I'm playing, the pick turns and flies out. So that's another reason. I mean, everything that could go wrong is... something like that. So, yeah, it's just... Yeah, don't that suck, Greasy? I mean, and Rich, bless his heart, I got other picks in there now. He sent a handful of other picks for me to try. And the one I really thought was going to work, and it still might if I just force myself to use it more. But I'm so used to Fender mediums. And this one he sent in that center section, the pick is your normal pick material, but that center grippy section is actually rubber. So you get a good grip on it. But I just got to get used to it because it's so much thicker and then obviously, but what gets me is trying to hold it in the right position, and because of that grip it kind of turns a little bit, but I'm trying to get it. I can't get. So this one, if I force myself to use it, this one will probably work. Because Rich sent a handful of them, and they were all a little bit different, and this is the one that actually worked the best. So thank you, Rich. So yeah, it sucks, man. Well, I hate getting it sucks getting old. It really does. So yeah, I that's like what is hold on. So I was trying to figure this out today. If I shut that off, that might be better. I mean, not yeah. I was trying to figure out something here on the sound. So I'm again trying to do the live version. Dang it. So I was just working up and down on that today. But, you know, it gets there. So I kind of thought we could talk about music today. What you like, who you like, why you picked whatever instrument it is. And here's the big question: from where you started to where you are right now, no matter, I don't care if it's drums, clarinet, flute, stand up bass, whatever, guitar, obviously, are you happy where you are right now? So, whoever wants to start first, go for it. Turn the light down. There we go. No, Billy, you're not happy. So obviously, I know Van Halen, uh, probably who got you started into it, right? Cool, Rez. You write metal. George Lynch made you pick up a guitar at 13. Cool. Mr. Mick, never a satisfied player. Well, I don't think, just one more. I don't think anybody should be satisfied. I mean, obviously, I don't even think Ingve's satisfied with his own playing, or Steve Vai for that matter. My cable's going bad. It's only been being used and run over by a chair for years. Um, MPN started with Jimmy, then Tony, then Randy, then Eddie, and Steve Vai. There you go. That's pretty much mine. Mine started with Tony, then Ace, then a little bit of Eddie, then Randy, then Dime, and well George too. Don't ever want to be that kind of guitar. There you go. Yeah, I mean, like I said, when I first heard Sabbath as a kid in 1970, I was like, this was crazy. Because again, I grew up on Dean Martin, Frank Sinatra, Tony Bennett, Vic Damone, the Beatles, Elvis, Johnny Cash, uh, all the old Hank Sr., all that stuff. And then all of a sudden, my uncle walks in with the first Sabbath record, puts it on, and I was like, okay. Didn't know what it was, but I knew I liked it. And then seeing Ace on stage with all the explosions and the tall boots, they looked like they were 7 feet tall, and the whole thing, and the early set with the comic books and everything, it was like, oh, that's what I want to do. Then I heard Eddie. Okay, that was different. And then when Randy come in, it was like that was like blues, classical, and heavy put into one. And I was like, okay, there we go. And then George, and then Dime. The Monkees. Billy, I saw the Monkees in 1969. 69 or 70 here in Ohio. Okay, but see, Rez, that's good. You play guitar, bass, and drums. As long as you're writing, man, that's all that matters. That's for years. I've had these on my phone for a long time. There's 76 of them. Oh, Chris King sent me a video. um, and I did not work on them for the longest time. I didn't. And I feel, granted, it took the stroke. The first stroke was the big one. The second one wasn't that bad, but it took the stroke to scare me into. Okay, so if my wife, something happens and she gets on the phone and sees a little bit of this song, a little bit of this song, nothing was done. Then that whole thing about all this stuff can go to the kids or whatever, or can be sold, and then there's nothing left. So then it hit me. Then I need to get the music done, and done with, like I said, the guys that I've shared the stage with, and also with Cole and with my son-in-law, and get it out there. And then no matter what happens to this stuff, when I'm gone and this stuff's gone, the music will still be there. So, Rez, can you send over a song? Yeah. E, well, let's see. Email it to me. Try that. We'll see if we can get it to work. Now, granted, once I learn all this stuff, the streaming a lot better, I'm sure it wouldn't be a problem. But right now, we'll try. But so that was my whole point in getting this music done, or getting it worked on, I should say. Now, again, there's, I don't know how many, I counted them the other day, that are actually done. A couple I don't like, so I don't play them. But there's still, a bunch left to do. And I plan on doing them all. and I'll put them out under that Dying to Play, which I've already trademarked the name. Uh, so that's what the band will be called. Although it's going to be kind of like the Alan Parsons Project, just a bunch of different people on it. And it's just something that's going to be there. Now, people, Derek, I don't think he's here yet, but he's like, he can't wait for it to be released so he can get it. And again, I'm not doing it, unless you sell millions of the song, you don't make any money off of it. So, um, but it's just something I got to get done. I mean, the One Night Eternal. I started that song 42 years ago and finished it last year or year before, whatever, somewhere around there. And I just had to get it done. Let's see. Well, hold on. If I can get it. Okay, hold on, Riz. See if I. Wait. All right. Let me see if I can. Hold on. Let me see if I can get this. If I can get this shared. Hold on. If I can send it to my own messenger. And I might be able to download it on there and play it. See what happens. Okay, that's here. Now let me see if I can get it on here. Yeah. The hard part is just doing it. Do it and get it done with and get it over with. Get out and do it. But there's a great sense of accomplishment once you get it done. Like, if I can save this. Forward. Okay, wait, let me see if I can play it on here. You guys hear it? There you go. I like it. No, this is not me. This is Resolution. There you go. No, that is not me. That is Resolution's song. I think it sounds pretty. I was sitting there trying to think of what words to go to it. If I could do another serial killer song to that. Yeah, no, that was Resolution's song. I like it. Very good. Yeah, I'm sitting here thinking, is there another? So, and I don't know why I have this thing about writing songs about uh, serial killers, but so it's still in the works and it's not mixed, obviously. Well, I thought it sounded good. When you could tell it's not mixed because the drums were way back in the back. But yeah, I like it. And you did everything, the drums and all? Okay. But yeah, I do like it. As I said, I was sitting there thinking, I like the part that, the real heavy where you got the rhythm going real heavy. I like that. Very cool, sir. Good on you, Rez. Really. Derek would have liked that if he'd have been here. I'm going to say six string in drop A, 13 to 65. There you go. Because on my Devil's Blueprint song, I used the baritone to get that low on that. And I basically keep it going throughout the whole song with the it's was like kind of boring because you're just sitting there going then mute it every now and then with your palm, then hit it again. Why? That was just one guitar track, then going over it with some other ones. So I thought that was pretty cool. I like how it sounded. Good on you, sir. And everybody, that's what you guys need to do. Record. Oh, dang it. My wife wonders why I go through phones. um, you can record on here because I have a lot. I'll just hit like the right there, like the video, and set it down while I'm coming up with something. Because if I don't, an hour later, I won't forget it. Yeah, Res, it is. It really is. Because it's funny. Because you end up looking at what happens actually, at least in my experience. Again, I write about either what I lived or what I know, and I can know it from either living it or studying about it, whatever. I don't write about fantasy stuff. I mean, I love Dio's records, but the closest I got to the Dio, wizards and all that was All the King's Men. So other than that one, it's usually about stuff I've either lived or studied about, and that's where the serial killers come in because I've studied about them, not because I want to be one, guys. So don't worry. It fascinates me that one human being can do that to another human being, and I don't see how. So that's where those songs came about. And wait, hold on, Lewis. Yeah, but what happens is when you start writing, you start getting into different parts of your mind that you never tapped into before because, like you said, you played covers for 35 years. So you only had to learn a song and that was it. But now that you're doing your own thing, you're literally reaching where you were never before, and you're getting it done, and that's good on you, sir. Seriously. And I don't care. I've had people say, "Well, I don't want to do it because I'm not that good at it." I don't care how good you are. None of it. Well, very few of us. I mean, Ingve, I'm sure, but and around here, Mr. Dofka, they were born that way. But most of us had to work our butts off to be able to do it. And so, to me, it doesn't matter what level you are, whether you're a professional, that professional thing, that's a whole, that's when you get paid. Well, you can get paid for playing at a bar too. That puts you on the same level as Steve Vai. It's professional. So that whole thing to me is just a crock. But yeah, it doesn't matter if you're not good, you'll get better. But if you start writing your own songs and recording them, even on a phone or whatever you can, digitally, whatever, you not only do you start getting better at the instrument, but you start maturing in your thought process of how you're going. Because then all of a sudden, let's just skip the theory and all that stuff. Let's just say you're writing a song. So you sit here and do this, this, this. Okay. One thing I tried to do was if I went, okay, hold on. And I actually came across this from Dime. So if you're going, those go together. So, and then I'm thinking, okay, um, so if anybody's a musician, they're going to think, okay, you're going A, G, C. And I thought, oh, wait a minute. So let's throw something different in there. Try to do something a little different than the norm. And then that in turn makes you a better player. And it gives you different ideas. I mean, I got one that I got it partly recorded, but it's so we're going, and then you go from that into, so, and that's a little different because you got then Metallica is going. So I'm doing just change it up a little bit. Thank you, Cheryl. That, believe it or not, this is labeled right here on my Helix as Randy's Distortion because I was trying to get the tribute album sound down. So, but if you just start writing, no matter what level you are, you grow not only within your instrument, but you grow within your mind, figuring out what to do next. Then you can get into without using like phrasing and all this stuff. Just and I kind of hate to repeat Eddie, but it's music theory, not music fact. So something for some people, if you tell them what you're playing, that don't go together. Well, yeah, it does because I put it here and added this one chord or one note and brought it all together. So it you just grow that way, and you end up being a better player and songwriter because of it. That's what all the AI was about. Oh, yep. So, hi Cheryl, hi Zach. Um, yeah, I mean, and then the whole thing, like with the Devil's Blueprint, yeah, about H. Holmes. Then I took into consideration that he literally built the quote murder castle / hotel to confuse the person. Like the main floor was normal, third floor was his office, and was never finished. Second floor was the rooms he would rent that had gas pipes, body chutes to the basement, you name it, all kind of stuff. And it was meant to confuse, like steps going up to a ceiling, doors that opened up to nothing. It was just really meant to confuse you. So with that in my mind, when I did the music, when it comes to towards that one part, I'm thinking, what if I tried to put to music confusion? And then that's what, at least I think that's what I achieved anyhow. So well, thank you, Cheryl. I was told for the last 3 years that it sounded like crap. Turn it off. So, whatever. But and I love the. Hold on. Okay, I'll get it. I'll get to it, Rez. Um, but like you had the heavier, you were drop tuned to A. I'm a little bit B flat, kind of on the or D flat. I because I try to mix things up. So it's like the guitar would be tuned one way, then I went with the baritone. It might not be the same tuning or lower, but it's something that fits with it. It uh, adds to it, makes it more full. So that might be a D, a B, it's whatever. Because I'll sit there with the main riff, the track, and then I'll sit there with the baritone and just start working the tuner until I like how it sounds. Don't care what the tune is, as long as it fits for what I'm going for. That's what I use. And that's also, if you guys ever try to play, and it's an easy song to play, the song Black Sabbath. So here's a hint. When you play Black Sabbath, which it's basically, so when they recorded that, Tony's D string was out of tune. So if you're in tune with it, when you go to when you hit that, his sounds like it's out. So I've had people like, man, I tried to play with it, and it just didn't sound right because the string was out of tune. But they did that, basically, they did that whole album in no time, and what they did was all sat in one room and played it like they were playing live. They just played it like they were playing live and recorded it. And yeah, his D string on the song Black Sabbath, if you're in tune and you play with it, so it'd be, hit the G, and it's not going to sound right. I think it's either the D or the A. One of the two's out. And it's not, if you're in tune correctly, when you hit that one note, it's going to be different than what he's playing, or sound a little different. Yeah. So it, just do it. I don't care how you do it, or what you do it on what instrument. Just do it. That's all. I'm getting text to play Devil's Blueprint, so you guys can hear what I'm saying. So again, this is might not even be on here now. No, it's here. Actually, I could probably I can play it here. But I did with the baritone, and again, I'll hit it, and where I like where it sounds is where I'll keep it, depending if I want it to sound higher or lower, or the same exact tune, but obviously it's going to be a little deeper sound with that. I don't care about that. It's just what I get. So hold on. So I'm getting requests to play this. So here we go. Yes. Thank you.
Gas pipes hum a lullaby for souls who came but never left alive. A smile so sharp, a heart so black. The clock ticks on, no turning back. In shadows cast, where echoes take
Now you're going to hear where I kind of tried to make the music confusing.
where secrets ignite. In dreams we find where truths unwind. Paths untrod, where mysteries unfold. Shadows deep, where legends breathe. In silence fast, where life doesn't last.
Right here. It was just something confusing.
The devil's blueprint in his hand, a twisted mind, a deadly plan. Lie like poison, cold as steel. Heaven wept for those who kneeled. Earth shook with the wicked call. Fire dance if the dance plead. Water cursed by sinners' tears. Air whispered with villain's breath. His victims came to a certain death. Oh.
So that is actually about the serial killer H.H. Holmes from Chicago in the late 1800s, like 18. Actually, he's thought to possibly be. No, that's not me. That's not me singing. That was our old singer. He's thought to have been Jack the Ripper because he was out of Chicago during that whole 1888 fall, and he was in London at that time. And then when he came back to the United States, the killing stopped there. So, no, that's not me singing. I'm actually playing all the music on that, and the singing is our old singer, and the backup. Anytime you hear keyboards or any kind of synthesizer or female voices, we didn't record that. When he mixed it, he added all that. So, a friend of mine did that who worked on our records 1989, 90, 87, 89, and 90. Friend of mine, been friends for years, but he's still doing it. And I talked to him, and he's going to do my songs for me. It's for free, but he gets to experiment with them. Every time I do that, I got to shut that screensaver thing off. So he gets to experiment with them, and I get what I get. I send him the raw stuff. He mixes it, does what he wants to do. It might be with some kind of new equipment he's got or old equipment he never got to use, whatever. Sends it back to me, and I get what I get. I can't say, yeah, this is great, but can you redo it? No, that's not going to happen. But it's just a way to, to me, it's fine because I'm getting the songs finished. So, but any kind of keyboard synthesizer and female vocals is not us. He's got a group of singers that sing backup for him when they need it, and he plays keyboards and synthesizer. So he adds all that in there. That's like the song "All the King's Men" was I wrote that 38 years ago. We recorded it originally 37 years ago. Then I redid it again here just recently and used my mirrored Jackson soloist that I got from Greasy Monkey. And in the beginning of it, because he knows I like The Crow, the movie The Crow from 80 or 94 or 95. So even though The Crow really has nothing to do with the song, the way he did it, he put that in the beginning, and every time I hear that, I picture the crow flying through the dark city when I hear this. But this was my only song that I did that was a fantasy, because I never lived in the days of kings and knights in shining armor and all that stuff. But I was very, I've always been Sabbath and Ozzy, and then I was getting into re-listening to the Dio stuff. So I wrote this song, and the words are very Dio-ish. And a matter of fact, the original version of the song is very Dio-ish, if that's a word. So I redid it here, Billy keeps telling me that. So I redid it here, but he added that beginning to it, which, I mean, just if you ever watched the movie The Crow with Brandon Lee, and unfortunately he died filming that movie, every time I hear the beginning, I just see that crow flying over a dark city at night on fire. But so I redid it, and actually the way it is right now, because we had three singers. The first singer we recorded it with, the first time right after we got in the studio, he ended up getting arrested. The record company made us get rid of him. Then we had to go in again just for vocals with this other guy, Wayne, and Wayne couldn't sing it right. Wayne was more of a showman than he was a singer. And then we got rid of him and picked up Kevin, and who you're hearing now is Kevin. At 57 years old. I can show you a picture of him when we were in our 20s. Album. I'm trying to separate all these photos. When you got over 5,000 photos in here, it takes a while. Okay. The guy here in the middle was the first singer we had that we recorded with. I got my arm on his shoulder. He's the one that got in trouble, got arrested while we were in the studio. And then we had to go, the record company's like, that's it, get rid of him. Then we ended up with Wayne, which here's a picture of Wayne and me. Wayne was a great showman. He was the front man. He was like the David Lee Roth, the front man. He wasn't that good of a singer, but he could do it. Then we ended up getting Kevin. So he is standing in the black leather jacket. I'm in the middle sitting down. Kevin's on my left behind the guy in the pinky shirt. Kevin's on the end there. And he looked like Sebastian Bach, and he could sing Sebastian. So we threw covers in when he joined. We started playing a few Queensryche, Seven Seas by TNT, and 3 or 4 Skid Row songs. So we were all in our 20s there, early to mid 20s. So now, I'm 61, he's 57, 58, and he's doing this for me. But here, and the way this All the King's Men is done now, it's completely different from 37 years ago, 38 years ago. But this is the way I wanted it. I wanted to do it then, but couldn't do it with Wayne trying to record the vocal. So this is, you're going to hear my only song I ever wrote about that was a fantasy. But think of the crow here at the beginning.
In the days of old, lived kings and queens. In a land of dragons, wizards and dreams. Men wore suits of steel, riding stallions of stone, fighting for their honor in a world to call their own. Across the fields of blood, you'll hear the swords clash. You'll hear their shields smash. Though many have fallen,
One point in the background, I don't know what they're saying. It sounds like they're saying Valhalla.
will never die. Just one dreaded listen. You'll hear the dreaded cry. All the king's men, driven
Hold on.
from within, fighting to survive, dying their only sin, their only thrills to kill. Shadows stand still, out on the battle plains, their blood begins to spill. Yeah!
In green is the words, or yellow.
Now as the smoke clears,
I don't know what they're saying.
the sound of the screams, they seem to disappear as the men ride away. The battlefield is cold, alone in the corner. The king, he sits alone. All the king's men, driven from within, fighting to survive, dying their only sin, their only thrills to kill. Shadows stand still, out on the battle plains, their blood begins to spill. All the king's men, driven from within, fighting to survive, dying their only sin, their only thrills to kill. Shadows stand still, out on the battle plains, their blood begins to spill. Yeah.
The ending's kind of, I don't know, he missed something there on the ending. But anyhow, so the deal is he gets to experiment with, whatever equipment he wants. And I can't, whether I like it or not, really doesn't matter. So I have some on here that I think are terrible the way he did it, because I mean, and it's not he did it on purpose. He was just trying different things he doesn't usually get to try, and they didn't turn out very good. So I don't even play them. No one's heard them. um, and I even now here's the funny part. I even wrote a gospel song for a friend of mine, and I'll even show you his photo. Well, okay, hold on. This this is him and I. We were playing a birthday party for a singer. So this was the birthday party, and that's him and I. He was our bass player, second bass player. That's my yellow ESP, by the way. Come on, focus in. There you go. Okay, so that was 19, that was either 89 or 90. And this is him and I last summer. He came here. Big change. um, so he had a rough time. He's had a rough time. And through it all, he got saved years ago. And through all this stuff, he's believed in Jesus. No matter what happens, Jesus is gonna help him. So him and I had went and had actually we was going every month. We went and had brunch basically and just sat and talked for 4 or 5 hours. And I come home one night and I was like, man, something in my head's like, you got to write a song. So I did a song called I Believe. I didn't sing it. I just wrote the words down, and then I wrote the music on, oh, well, the acoustics, the other acoustic's not here now. Wrote it on acoustic, recorded it, sent the music and the words over to the studio, and he wrote back, said, this is a flat out gospel song, correct? I said, yeah. He goes, okay. And then I had forgotten about it for a while, and it came back, and I have no idea who's singing it. I have no idea who's singing background, which is, well, it sounds like the same girl he got singing on everything else. But he is playing the piano. He took what I did on guitar and converted it to the piano. And he didn't really convert it completely right, because there's a couple of times the bass sounds off, which was with the guitar, but what he changed on the piano, it didn't fit, and I don't think he caught it. But I'll let you guys hear it real quick. It's a song called I Believe, and it's actually a gospel song, and I wrote it about, I mean, the guy's basically my brother. I've known him for 40-some years. So, and this is it. Now, again, I'm not playing anything on this. The bass was played not by him, but by this guy, our original bass player. And he will be here the end of the month, the last weekend of the month. And I'm going to see if I can get him on here, and he can tell you. He wasn't in the band when we got signed, but he was in the beginnings of it and all the crap we went through. So he's the only thing you're actually going to hear from me on bass. And again, it was right with the guitar, but where he converted the guitar to piano, I don't know what he did. I don't know how to play. I can play piano a little bit by ear. I know nothing about it. Matter of fact, here's a photo of me and Wayne in the studio, and I sat down behind the baby grand and started playing. And Wayne's like, wait a minute. So he grabbed a guitar and came over. Sat down there with me. And so I was playing, have no idea what I was playing. They were chords, don't know what they're called on a piano. He started playing with me, and we ended up writing a ballad that day. But this is, and it's about the other guitar player. Oh, I'm sorry, Scott. Hold on. Or other bass player, and it's he actually turned it into a die-hard gospel song. It's got like the choir, so everything. So here it is. And Ogre Lord, I wish he was in here. He heard it the other day, and he said it would be so funny that people, he's like, that could be released, and people would hear you. He said, and it would be funny because they'd go look for that, then find the serial killer songs. So this is by, this is, again, I'm not playing anything on this version at all, nor singing. I don't even know who the singer it is. The background girls seem like the same girls he used for all of it. He did the piano, so the only thing you're going to hear is Dave on the bass, and there's a couple points where it doesn't fit because he changed the piano in it. But it's a die-hard gospel song.
In the darkest of nights, I was lost and alone. Jesus came to me. His love like a stone. He lifted me up from the depths of despair, showed me His grace, how much He cares. Jesus saved my life. He's my guiding light. Through storms and struggles, He's by my side. With His mercy and love, He set me free. Jesus saved my life. Now I believe. In the midst of my pain, when I could not see, Jesus held my hand. He walked with me. He whispered words of hope.
Thank you, Billy.
Of endless grace, wiped away my tears, showed me embrace.
Now listen to the background he added, the vocals.
Jesus saved my life. He's my guiding light. Through storms and struggles, He's by my side. With His mercy and love, He set me free. Jesus saved my life. Now I believe. I was broken and shattered, lost in the night, but Jesus, He came and He showed me the light. Now I will sing His praise Jesus saved my life. He's the one, the one I know. Jesus saved my life. He's my God. Jesus saved my life. He's my God. Jesus saved my life. Now I believe. Jesus saved my life. He's the one I adore.
So there you go. And again, I have no idea who's singing it. I know he's playing the piano, and I think the violin's probably his synthesizer. Well, thank you, Mad. Tell her I said thank you. But again, I came home from one of our brunches one time, and I just had, I sat down. It was like, because I couldn't go through what he's still going through. I couldn't do it. And like I said, I've known him for 40 some years. I shared the stage with him for 6 years, 7 years. It was just, and it, I had to do something. I couldn't, I obviously couldn't physically do anything for him. But I come home and I'm like, man, after all that, you still believe. You're going through this because at some point in time, it's going to be taken care of. And that's when I thought, yeah, I believe. So I just wrote down, kind of thinking about things he and I had talked about over the past few months at our brunches. And then I wrote all those words in probably, without exaggeration, 20 minutes. And then, because the song just, I guess it was meant to be. And then the music, I played it on guitar, Dave played it on bass, sent it in. Then he is the one who transferred it to piano. And if you listen really close, you can hear a couple times the bass and piano weren't together. But yeah, it was different. And I sent it to him, and he called me up crying. And I just told him, I said, it's my gift to you, brother. So, and it's the only time I've ever wrote anything gospel. So we'll go from gospel to since you really haven't heard any of these, and I did say we would talk music today. Not necessarily. I don't want to talk all my music, but and Rez, I will play your other one. Billy, I will send that to you. I didn't think you'd ever be interested in something like that. Yeah, MPN Slayer. It's called South of Heaven, right? I had to say that. Sorry. For south of Santa Cruz. Steve. So, yeah, so the next song I'll play for you. So since we just went full gospel, we'll go the opposite way. I'm not going to get into the whole thing, but 1984, 2 years before I ever started dating my wife, I had a one-night stand. Don't know who she was. She didn't know my name. I didn't know hers. That's right. Happy birthday, Steve. And I started writing a song then and never finished it till within the last, well, I worked on it every now and then, let's say the last 2 years, just because it was one I wanted to get done. But this is, it's called One Night Eternal. I recorded it with that White Warrior. I'm playing all the guitars, including the solo. But if you've been know anything about me in the last 3 years from the other show and here, I've had 7. Actually, I found out it was 8. 8 operations total on my hands, plus with the stroke. So I can't play like I did 30 years ago or 35 years ago, or either farther back. So there's one part in here where I basically did a sweep picking, but it took me forever to get that part down. So solo is actually in 3 parts. It's all put together, but there's the first part, then the sweep pick, then the ending. And the sweep picking took, I almost gave up on it. I was going to have someone else come in and do it, but so anyhow, but okay, Billy, I'll send that to you. This is obviously far from Christian, but and this one is Kevin singing. And to me, have you ever heard Badlands, Jake E. Lee's band from the late 80s, early 90s, with Ray Gillen, Ian Gillen's brother? That's who I think Kevin sounds like, especially on this song. Okay, Rez. So tell me if you don't think this sounds like Ray Gillen. This is all me on that guitar.
Midnight whispers on tangled sheets. Moonlight dances on a silhouette so sweet. Her perfume lingers like a stolen rhyme. A fleeting touch that defies time. She moves like smoke through my fingertips. Every glance a promise on her parted lips. No names exchanged in the candle's glow. Just two shadows melting slow. Then the dark comes creeping in, turning magic back to sin. Her dress slides on like midnight sun, leaving just the scent of where
first part of the solo. Here's a sweep picking. And that took forever. So there you go. And it took forever to do that middle part of that solo. It took longer to do that middle part of the solo than it did to do the rest of the song. And that's what I couldn't imagine what Jason Becker's going through. Knowing what to play, knowing how to do it, and not being able to. Because I know how upset I get. I know what to do. I've done it before, but I can't do it now, or it takes me forever to do it. Well, increase the beat, yeah, possible, but I can't. He did it. That's how he sent it back to me. But thank you. Let's see. And you heard the one for H.H. Holmes. Then I have one which I think Mad Hatter likes this one, and it's about Jack the Ripper. So all these are Kevin singing, and I got a hold of our first singer, the one that had gotten arrested and got kicked out, and he ended up being in a band called Whitechapel District, and they are on was it Reverberation or something like that? And look at their song Revolution. I love that song. So he, the other day, would be a week ago Monday, and now he has offered to sing some too. So there we go. All right, so here is Jack the Ripper. That part wasn't supposed to be there. It was supposed to start right here.
Where the air hangs heavy with deceit, there walks a figure, a specter of the night, Jack the Ripper, with a thirst for blood. Oh, Jack. trail of remorse. Oh, Jack! Jack the Ripper, your crimes, they make your blood run colder. In the heart of London, you wield your knife, a grim reaper, stealing innocent lives.
Thank you, Mad.
The city whispers tales of horror and woe as fear drifts tight and the streets grow low. Who is this fiend, this devil in disguise? With each passing night, more innocence dies. The authorities chase shadows in vain as Jack the Ripper eludes every chain. A ghastly legend, a nightmare's birth, spreading terror throughout the earth. Oh, Jack the Ripper, in the annals of history, you're a grim reaper. Your name forever etched in blood and fear. A dark specter that will never disappear. So lock your doors and close your eyesight, for Jack the Ripper roams the night. In the shadows he waits, his hunger unbound. A nightmare haunting London's ground.
Yeah, thank you, Lewis and Rez. Like I said, he's doing things on these that he doesn't get to do on a lot of stuff. When I start sending him these, the only thing I said is think of the '80s. That's what I wanted, and the '80s was excess of everything, echo, reverb, you name it. So that was Jack the Ripper. Take game one. There you go, MPN. Cool. And if anybody has Netflix, you guys heard of Ed Gein, which Texas Chainsaw Massacres, movies, all that stuff was all based off of Ed Gein from Wisconsin. Excuse me. So I did 4 serial killer songs. So you heard the one on H.H. Holmes. You heard Jack. This one's about Ed Gein. Now, I was careful on this one because I didn't want to. He skinned people and made lampshades and chair covers and stuff off the skin. So I didn't want to say lampshades made of skin. So I put in there like the house has a human glow. He did make like bowls and stuff like that out of the skull. He had bowls out of skulls and everything, and and then he also made a belt out of nipple. I didn't want to say that, so I named it. I wrote it as a belt from names you know. I probably should have said from people you know, but whatever. But yeah, all those movies are based off this guy. And but the weird part is he was a little guy who everybody knew, and his mother's actually the one that created this. So if you ever get a chance to watch anything on Ed Gein, watch it, and that's why I did this song. And I did this one and the one on Lizzie Borden a little bit different because I didn't want them to sound like every other one. So it's a little different. So here you go. Make sure I got the right one. I call it Plainfield's Monster because he was from Plainfield, Wisconsin.
Back road, Wisconsin, frost on the ground, a quiet little farmhouse, no screams, no sound. Mama's words still screaming in his brain, a lonely boy praying through the pain. Graveyard shift under harvest moon, his shovel sings a hymnal doom. Didn't kill like the stories say, he stole from the dead, then he walked away. Newspapers hungry, ink runs red, truth gets thinner with every word said. They say he wore the skin of the damned, built a throne from bone and hand, face of fear, a butcher's grin, but the devil lives in what we print. Say his name, watch it so. Truth rots slow, but legends explode in plain field. The shadows grim. Half of it lies, half lives in him. Lampshades lit with a human glow, belts that once had names, you know. Master faces, frozen screams, a man hiding inside a sick drum. Mother dead, but she's never gone. Her voice still pulling the curtains drawn. Not a king of blood and war, just a mind that snapped before. True woman killed, the rest on earth. The lie gets louder as the legends burn. They say he danced in a house of skin, drank the dark, let the madness in, caught his sins in candlelight, but sin sells better in the night. Say his name, watch it so. Truth plots slow, but legends explode in plain field. The shadows grim. Half of it lies, half lives in him. Not a genius, not a mastermind, not 100 bodies, just a broken soul. Raised on scripture, silent shame. We made him bigger, fed the flame. Who's the monster?
Yeah. Here, he took the guitar out of this one.
Shovel skin, sin and bone, lonely man and his
That had guitar behind it.
grave dirt presses,
And he took it out here too and did this. We never did any clapping.
A sad disgrace. Truth wears rags, legend wears the crown. Truth stays bloody, but his legends yelled. Say his name, feel it crawl. Fear needs icons, not the small. In plain field, under snow and rain, a sick man lived, and we made his name. Candles out,
So you've heard three of the four. I'll have to load the other one up. Um, we did play "Is This Love" or "Is That Love?" Whatever it is. "Is This Love?" We did play that back then. Yeah, once he joined, he was the last singer we had. He was in for 2.5, 3 years, and it was like fabulous. Um, but he's the singer on all these. And again, getting back to the stroke, and all of a sudden you think of your own mortality, because I know when I was in my 20s, you couldn't tell me 50, 60 was so far away, and I was a weightlifter and football player, and I didn't do it right. There's a reason you lift a certain way. I didn't do that. I would get in a trance and do, arms until I couldn't do it anymore. Next day, right back to it. So that's how I did it. And everybody's like, "You're going to destroy your body. When you're older, you'll see." Believe me, I've had this 3 surgeries on this shoulder. Now it needs completely replaced. 1, maybe 2 on this one. I have back surgery with hinges in there now, and now I got to get my knees replaced. So all that plus all this is why I'm trying to get all this done now, in case something happens. Then at least I'll still be around somehow, one way or the other. And with that in mind, and then Ozzy dying, because Ozzy was probably my favorite. He's been here my whole life. And I got thinking about his song, "I Don't Want to Die an Ordinary Man." And then I'm thinking the same thing. Yeah, pretty much. Then I could be on the dark side. So I wrote a song called "Alone in the Echo," and it's about not wanting to be alone at the end. And so this is it.
Settles on a worn-out wooden floor, the shadow of a man behind a locked door. I watch the seasons change through a cracked pane, counting every drop of the cold winter rain. There is a hollow sound in the empty hall, waiting for a voice or that phantom's call. I buried my secrets in the backyard dirt, tried to hide away all that hurts. The clock on the wall has no sound, looking for the melodies I never found. My boots are covered in the miles of the past, wandering along the quiet breath will last. The ink is trying on a page with no name, the months are circling the dying flame. I see the finish line drawn in the sand, holding on to nothing with a trembling hand. I do not want to go where the silence takes its toll. that the glory was a bitter pill to swallow, and the heart inside is jagged and is hollow. He had 1,000 stories, but no one left to hear, trading all his triumphs for a single human tear. The prophets in the street are howling at the moon, singing frantic and disconnected tune. They talk of heavy burdens, the price of being free, but none of them can offer clarity to me. I am looking for a spark in the middle of the night, something more than shadows dancing in pale light. The ink is drying on a stage with no dame, the monster circling the dying flame. I see the finish line drawn in the sand, holding on the mountain with a trembling hand. I do not want to go where the silence takes its toll, leaving not a trace of my struggle or my soul. I do not want to fade like a vapor in the sky, with no one there to witness my last goodbye. My last goodbye. Give me a reason or a banner left to find. I don't want to perish, a hollow film in my eyes. I do not want to go where the silence takes its toll, leaving not a trace of my struggle or my soul. I do not want to fade like a vapor in the sky, with no one there to witness my last goodbye.
So there you go. So when, hopefully, years from now, when I'm gone, this stuff will still be out there. But I am going to put it on all the streaming services under the name, I call it Dying to Play, is the name of the band. So, have you heard? I'm going to try this again. The other day when I tried it, somebody with Lewis, was it you who asked me to play the theme song? Was that you in here? With that, I should be able to play. Mr. Mick? Okay, hold on. I don't remember if it's Washed Away or Heavy Thoughts. Hold on. Or is it this one? There it is. There's no vocals to it. Yeah, Garguts. But hey, my stuff sounds like shit. So I've been told for 3 years. I was off right there a little bit. I'm going to say Garguts maybe a year ago. Give or take a couple, probably give a couple months. Not tonight, but yeah, I will. This is another one that took forever. Yeah, this one's not quite mixed. I don't think it's mixed correctly. But again, he was just trying stuff. Yeah, I'm off a little bit on a couple spots. So there you go. Yeah, there's a couple spots you can hear I didn't have the bend just right. And that was because stuff started hurting. Well, I'm just, being honest with you guys. So MPN's only the next state over, he knows. Let's see. Derek here? Why don't I see Derek? Well, Rez, I don't have any. I've always made a comment. I got nothing to hide, so I just say it. I'm trying, Rico. And then there's the one on. Okay, when I thought I knew, I missed like the first few years of my son's life because we were on the road. Unlike being in a van with the whole band and all the equipment playing down south, we had an actual bus with a driver and bedrooms and a little bathroom and a kitchenette and like I don't want to say living room, but we had a TV, and at that time it was Nintendo, Super Nintendo. And when Cole was on the other show, I was talking about that. I said, yeah, 2 years, and he said more like 4. So, and you regret when you do that because there's only one first step, only one first word. There's only one first of everything. And I didn't miss all of them, but I missed some of them. And so I wrote a song, and I am not playing solo on this one. This was a friend of mine who we played with before who come in and did it for me. Well, actually, I do the first one. There's 3 pretty much. So I do the first one because it's nothing drastic. Then he does the second and last one. But I wrote this song, and it's called "The Road of Fire and Tears." Yeah, see, we had, the record company got us, and we had with the driver and everything, and and it had a full bedroom in the back, and then 4 bunks. The bathroom, the little kitchen, and the living area, I guess. Um, and then equipment was hauled on a truck. But on the road with Grim Jack all that time, and we opened for a bunch of other bands. But I missed a lot of stuff, so I wrote this song. It's called "Road of Fire and Tears." Now I'm playing all rhythm, and the very first little solo, the second solo and the ending solo is not me, and I wrote all the words. But this talks about what you're doing and what you miss.
The state lights burn like 1,000 suns. Guitar screams loud, but the heart weighs a ton. Leather and chains, but the soul feels bare. Another town lost in a highway's glare. The crowd roars wild, but the silence remains in every hotel. In the echoes of
Letters unread, photographs fade.
photographs fade, promises broken, the price that we pay. This road of fire and tears, where the music drowns out all the fears, but the echoes of love still call my name through the smoke and the flames.
That's me.
The wheels keep turning.
Now I don't do the rest of the solos.
Leaving behind all I can't rewind. The face in the mirror I barely know. Chasing the dream but moving too slow. The spotlight fades, the night grows cold. Another story left untold. The strings are worn, the voice is weak, but the fire inside still begs to speak. This road of fire and tears, where the music drowns out all the fears, but the echoes of love still call my name through the smoke and the flame. This road of fire and tears, where the glory can hide all the years, but the stage is my home, the crowd is my prayer, though my heart's never there.
And then, actually, well, Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Forgot it's on a repeat. Yeah, so I did the very first solo in there, and then one about Lizzie Borden. The fourth and final serial killer song.
In the August heat, the white clapboard house stands on 2nd Street. A father's boots by the cellar door, stepmother's prayers on the parlor floor. No screams heard, no weapon was found, just silence thick as the burial ground. They say the house was locked up tight. They say she moved with a ghostly flight. Her alibi was thin as candle flame, but with every whisper they spoke her name. Lizzie took an axe, so the children say.
40 wax.
Was carved into our yesterdays. The truth wore black, but her legend still grew. All bloodless lies, but the world swore true. Was it innocent hands or a killer's grin? The tale cuts deep, but the facts grew thin. Andrew Borden counted his coins. He was cold as iron, hard as steel. A daughter trapped in Sunday silence. A lifetime chained to his iron will. The maid in the kitchen, time seemed so strange. Minutes bend and they never change. The law searched the dress, they searched her soul. Found no stains to damn, but no proof that would hold. The blade covered in ash, the trial was just noise. Justice was weighed by men and boys. Lizzie Borden took an axe, so the rhyme goes on. Sung by the living, being fed by the dead. Courtroom clears her, the crowd won't bend. The myth needs blood, not an honest stand. Say it slow and let the legend run fair. A legend lives where the truth was cast.
Thank you, Rez.
Was it rage, or was it fate, or a story the town had to create? Fear needs a face and a name to blame. History loves a deadly game. If she didn't swing,
If she did. Okay.
who did that day? Silent swings in darker ways. She lived 2 years wearing mourning black. No smiles captured in the photographs. Neighbors crossed the street in prayer as if the crime still lingered there. Her verdict read, but never believed. Her life was acquitted, but her soul never free. Oh, Lizzie Borden took an axe. That's how legend feeds. A simple rhyme for a complicated deed. Truth went quiet, the song stayed loud. One woman buried by an angry crowd. Say her name, hear history bend. The axe was real, but the myth was penned. Two left dead, one walked away.
Ah. So there you go. Yeah, we were, and the funny part, Rez, is that Kevin, when we the band started in basically '84, not real serious, but started. But Kevin came as a bass player then, I didn't even know he could sing. So, fast forward 5 or 6 years, 5 years, I don't know. And when we got rid of Wayne, who's the one that was in that photo, the inside of the jacket, uh, we had advertised for a singer, and Kevin showed up, and I'm like, "Hey, we're not advertising for a bass player." He's like, "Dude, I'm here to sing." I'm like, "What?" I never heard him sing in my life. And we had a list of songs. We put 5 songs when we advertised. We had 5 songs listed for whoever to come try out would learn, and that would be their tryout. And we were looking for that type voice. And there was Queensryche on there, and we ended up doing 7Cs from TNT, which is Tony Harnell, and he nailed it. And I was like, "Why didn't you sing in 1984?" So, but on one of those, and I forget which one it was, I was going to say it, but I started talking afterwards. You could hear him straining. It was starting to get to him a little bit. So, let's see. There's one. I messed up right there. Didn't hit it twice.
Swore it would never fade, handed her the matches, watched her burn it away. Years spun round like a thief in the night, left me standing in the ashes of your alibi.
That's actually more his natural range right there. And I wish to God I would have took that pocket knife word out of there. I should have said, now I'm going through the wreckage for the rest of my life. Instead, pocket knife looked good on a paper, then it sounded stupid, so. Thank you, Ned. I like typo negative. God, I should have said rest in my life. Then I'll do just this one more. Then it's also a ballad type. And Dave is coming here at the end of this month to work on more of this. And I told him when he's on the bass now, start doing the chords too. Give me some chords on them. All right, so I'm not going to play any more of the music there. Back here. So anyhow, thank you, Rez. Anyhow, what I do is, I just wanted to get all this done, and that's just do it. However you can do it, just do it. I don't care if it's piano, stand up bass, flutophone, xylophone. You got music in you, do it and record it. Mad, yeah, yeah. Pete Steele was definitely unique. So yeah, there's all kind of you know ways to record, things to record, and like I said, when you start writing your own stuff, you end up there we go, run over the chord again. That's why it's noisy. Um, you end up learning all this stuff, and I got then when you get into something like this, um, you get I think this thing will hold 14 different kind of settings, or 1400 I should say. As an example here, listen to it. I'm just going to play an E chord, but listen to the different settings, the sounds. So then you go through and you're like trying to figure out which one you want to use. There's like so many. Um, that's for this one, I think. Nope. Oh, I know you guys know this one. I don't want to play it and get thing for that, but you know the sound. Or or that doesn't even sound like it's supposed to. Then you get stupid stuff like um, no, yeah, this holds 1400 I can put in here, but I'm still trying to. Um, So all kind of stuff. So hold on, Rez. I'll play. I'll get that other one play of yours. Here we go. 61. I can't remember anything. I have to send it to myself. Okay. You want me to play that, Rez? Oh, I gotta go back over here. Facebook. Okay. So here is another one from Rez. Is this one finished? A rough one with no vocals and no lead. Okay, hold on. Wait a minute. Hey, I got to share this. Mr. Mick, you still in here? I just clicked on my Facebook because I sent that his song to myself so I could play it through here, and this popped up on my Facebook page because I'm in all the Floyd Rose clubs, and this was the first thing I see. It says, "Do not buy made USA made Floyd Rose products. Look at this crap." Let me expand that. Wait a minute. Hold on here. So apparently, the base plate broke. Underneath the saddles. Now, I don't know how. And that's the USA. Yeah. Hmm. That's not a good thing. All right. So let me, wait a minute. Let me go. Wow. Hmm. Okay. Let me get back over here. He holds it up. Ah, come on. There. There's another closer version of it. It broke right there, right below the high E and the B. But here's my thing. Wait a minute. Let me. Oh, it didn't share it. God dang it. Hold on. There. Here's. I can't even do that. So if you look here, it broke right there. But here's my thing. So yeah, repair. Yeah, Floyd would send him a new one, no problem. That's what I was just going to say. So why get on here and say don't buy these? I get it. People get mad. I understand that. Come on, dude. You know they would stand right behind that. All right, let me get that the video or the music. Hold on. So this is Rez, another song from Rez. No vocals and no solo, so it's a rough draft. But here you go. Make sure you hear it. There you go. I really like that part. There you go. I like it. That's pretty cool, man. See, everybody should be doing something like that. I don't care what it's on. All should be good. Yeah, Russell. Yeah, I would definitely. You just send those photos to Floyd. They'll send. I guarantee they just send him a whole new unit. But I would ask for it back so I could figure out what happened. Oh, you're welcome, Riz. Anybody else got anything they want to play or share or photos, whatever? We'll show it. I am going to have to switch mics because we're 2 hours and 54 minutes in this, and in 3 hours and 9 minutes, that receiver will die. Yeah, I agree. Especially, the USA ones is what, less than a year now, or right around a year, and that's the first bad thing I've seen about them. So, other than the fact that the locking blocks, they have now rounded the corners off in the front where it goes up against the saddle and pinches the string. So the older ones that are square won't work. Well, I take that back. They work on your wound strings, but not your GB and A. They will not tighten enough to do that. Let me switch mics before this dies. Hold on, guys, because it will just end up shutting off. And sorry, and it's all from this receiver. So yeah, I'll just shut this off and put it on charge, or it just ends like it normally does. Yeah, I would definitely check into that because when you're promoting USA made, you definitely don't want that happening to it. And I understand people getting mad when stuff like that happens. That's why I got some friends that they'll read reviews on stuff and only buy certain things, because well, this had so many bad reviews. I said, well, now think about that for a minute. How many times did you have something that worked perfect and did you leave a review? Most times, most people don't. They only leave a review when it's bad. So when you look at reviews, you mostly see bad reviews. That's why I don't go strictly by the reviews, because there are certain reasons for that. Yeah, Rez, I every time I picked up a guitar or did anything, I was told, sounds like shit. Stop it. Shut it off. So, like I said, there were so many things I could have said for those 3 years, but never did. Now I wish I would have. Thank you. And I know it's not everybody's taste, but I literally, if you would look at my playlist on my phone, there's anything from Sinatra to Pantera on it, including classical, Yo-Yo Ma, Bach, Beethoven, damn, you name it, I got it on there. Oh, thank you, Russell. I'm not so much into Motown, but I do like smooth jazz. But I mean, I was raised on Dean Martin and Sinatra and Tony Bennett, Elvis, Beatles, Willie Nelson, Johnny Cash. Greasy. Greasy never lets me down, man. That's great. But the again though, the song, the one about the kings and queens, I recorded it on that guitar right there. That Greasy Monkey made me a killer deal on. So thank you, Greasy. And you know, it's a deal I couldn't refuse. Cool. I love the saxophone. Cole can play it. Yeah, he did that. I can't. It's like the scene in St. Elmo's Fire. I think it's in the beginning of the movie where Rob Lowe ends up in the ambulance and the nurse or paramedics there, and he goes, "Do you believe in premarital sex?" Oh man. So, and Greasy, did you say clear at the beginning? Did you say you were happy where you were at playing or not? I think you said not, right? Miles Davis. There you go. Yeah, my taste in music. You know, some of my friends will be here and I'll play it, and they're like, "How does that?" I said, "It doesn't matter if it doesn't go together." Um, oh, you wish you were better, but well, believe me, I'm with you on that one, Greasy. I used to listen to Al Jarreau a lot, so yeah, like I said, I listened to a bunch of different music, and that was what was weird. You know, while I was in college, I also had classical music in college, um, and I could really sing country pretty good. But I played, recorded, and toured heavy metal, and I listened to classical. So it's very diverse section of everything, and they're like, "How can you listen to this?" I said, "It's one song. Next will probably be Black Sabbath, whatever." I, I'm be absolutely honest. I hated rap in the '80s and '90s. The only one I ever listened to was "Bring the Noise" with Anthrax and uh, Public Enemy. That was it, and I love that song. Actually, Public Enemy did that song themselves on their own album. Then Anthrax wanted to do it with them. So there's two versions of it. There's the original rap version, then the Anthrax version with them. Gangster Grass. I've never heard that. Oh, cool. There you go. Did he have the clock on? I got to know. Did he have the clock around him? All right, Billy. Be safe, brother. I'll send you that song. I'll have to do it through the computer. That's funny. That's funny. That's great. Yeah, that video is so iconic now, and I like that one so much better than the Aerosmith Run DMC. One reason I thought the I know video production for for the '80s or whatever, but I like the video for the Anthrax one also better than the Run DMC Aerosmith version. I used to watch a YouTube channel. Matter of fact, I'm still subscribed to it. Uh, and the reason being, it was. Well, wait, it's not under this one. It's under the other one. Hold on. Let me find, because it's funny. Um, Subscriptions. All. You got to check this guy out, but uh, he was a younger. I hate to use the term black person. No Life Shack. Here it is. Look No Life Shack up on right here. And he initially started this because all he ever listened to was rap. So he started this channel, and man, did he hit it off. How many subscribers does he have now? When I joined his channel, he had 1,000 subscribers. He now has 5.2 million, 3,000 videos. But go to No Life Shack and look up. He wanted to do metal music because he'd never heard it, never give it a chance or listen to it. And the first one he heard was One by Metallica. And then he got into Pantera Domination. And that is so funny because he couldn't believe the people that was, they played in front of, oh yeah, he's bought a nice car now and a new home and everything for that. But when Pantera played, there was almost 1 million people there, and when Metallica played, there was over 1 million. And he's like, but it was so funny. And then someone told him to watch, oh my God, it's Avenged Sevenfold, but it's the cartoon video. And then whoever else on a comment wrote, no, don't scare him with that one. And then he'd come back. He's like, hey, you want to write something like that and catch my attention? There you go. And, what is the name of the song? A Little Piece of Heaven. That's it. The video for that. He watched the video for that, but his reaction to it is freaking hilarious. So he did a bunch of metal to him. He ended up buying a wig, a long-haired wig, and he would be like Metal Shack. And then eventually he just went back right back to all rap music. But there's, let me see if I can find that. I'll show you the link. Um, I'm on YouTube so much, my God, it's going to be, I don't know how long. I really don't watch regular TV anymore. Everything is YouTube. I just watched it the other day, and I resaved, unliked it and reliked it so it would stay towards the top. And then he did Anthrax and Public Enemy. He watched that. Okay, here's the one, Domination. How can I get this over to you guys? Oh wait, do it this way. Hit it here. I'm not gonna play the videos, obviously, but I will put the links in here for you. And it's so funny to watch his reaction to metal music because he he said the whole time he was in school he did not listen at all to metal music. So I have to come here. Or no, wait. I can do this. New tab right there. And just do the other. Yeah, okay, here we go. Okay, so why will it not take me to my. God, hold on. I love computers and I also hate computers. Okay, so now I need to find my history real quick. History. Okay, let me. Okay, let me share this. This and God, this was 6 years ago. But this is him with anthrax, and it's freaking hilarious. This guy. I mean, no wonder he's got so many. I mean, I loved watching all this stuff back then. Let me put it in here. Paste. All right. There it is. That's his video on anthrax. And then I can do the other one for Pantera. And by this time, he had heard Metallica a couple times, and oh, Slayer, Raining Blood. Yeah, I'm telling you, this was so funny. Here's the other one. This one is the Pantera one. Domination live in Moscow. Okay, let me see if I can find the one on A Little Piece of Heaven. It's okay, let me do it this way then. No Life Shack Metal. Oh, Painkiller. One. Where is Slipknot? Pantera Walk. Yes, so it's Metalhead Shack. React for Whom the Bell Tolls. Mudvayne Dig. Down with Sickness. Come on. Rage Against the Machine. Corn. Where is? Then he watches the Walk This Way, but that's not the one I want. The one. Avenged Sevenfold. Hold on. Here it is. He's not, and mind you, this guy's just learning about metal music on this. And he talks about someone telling him, "Hey, you need to watch this." He's like, and someone said, "No, don't give him that one." Because what's her name? The charismatic voice tried to watch this video and she stopped it. Because the video is not, the song was definitely different. So, yeah, watch those 3 videos, man. It's freaking hilarious. All right, Rez. Thank you. Anytime. Anytime, man. You get some more or get some finished, send them over. And we'll go another 15 minutes, and that'll be 3.5 hours. I can't do another 6 one. Not this soon. So, Greasy, do you have anything recorded? Or Lewis, any of you guys? Have a good night, man. Mad you don't have anything recorded? Come on, dude. Get with it. Get it recorded. Yeah, it's just, I don't know. And Greasy, I know. You wanted it can't. There's a band, and I mentioned them before on the other show, and I got yelled at for it. But there is a band, and it's meant as a joke. And I only heard one album of theirs, and they have a song called 10 Wheels for Jesus, and they have a song called Green Haze. So it's the music for Purple Haze, but the words to Green Acres. And the name of the band is Elvis Hitler. They're like a punk band. I don't even know if they're still around. I mean, I heard these songs in the 30s. But it's like hearing Purple Haze and you hear Green Acres. They just sing the words to Green Acres. And then 10 Wheels for Jesus. That's both same album. But the name of the band is Elvis Hitler. And as soon as I said that, no. So, but the songs are funny, and there's nothing on there, I don't know what he was all worried about. Yeah, well, I was sitting here all day today. I'm like, wait a minute, how exactly did Randy play that? And I didn't want to listen to it. I still haven't. Something like that. But I do, trust me, I do know that the hand thing. I mean, I had carpal tunnel in 40 years ago, 1986, and they literally cut. Now, I guess it's not that bad, but they literally cut from right here down through there clear to right there. So that whole section there on both hands, right here, start almost the middle of the palm down to right in here. So that was the first operations. Then I had here, 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 and there was right here, right there. So it's like, so not only do you have the operations on the hands, then as they heal, you get all that. You obviously get the arthritis, and then right there, both middle fingers, well, they call it trigger finger. It like gets stuck, then you can pop them out. It sucks, and that's why I get frustrated sometimes because I know what to play. I played it for years, and then add the stroke with the numbness on those, and it just and what sucks, it's just that thumb and finger. The rest of it all come back, but right where I hold the pick, no. So I sit here and it's like I get frustrated and yeah. So check out Purple or Green Haze from Elvis Hitler and 10 Wheels for Jesus. But they're like a punk band. Oh man, 9 more minutes. But yeah, I get the hand deal, and it gets me mad because there's some days I can come down here and it's like, hey, fine. Then there's more days. Now it's going to be more days that it's getting harder than it used to be. So I try just working. I'm back to just doing the basic. Just try to keep the motion going. But it is what it is, and nothing I can do about it. So that's why I'm getting more limited to rhythms now than anything. And then we'll go from there. So, but I understand. I do get it. It does suck. It really does. Like I said, just what I'm going through and what you're going through, I couldn't imagine what Jason Becker's going through. Thank you, Peggy. Thank you. I thought it was just me and Greasy and Matt in here now. I didn't know you guys were still here. Yeah, I just want to, help you guys out. Martian, there you go. Hey, man. Hi, Avis. Well, it's time for her to go outside. So, you was watching the Pantera, No Life Shack. Yeah, when I first signed on or subscribed to his channel, he had 1,000 subs. Now he's over 5 million. Hi, baby. Come here. Come here. Here. Up here. Hi. Hi, Stinker. Hi, my baby girl, huh? Go there, tell everybody hi. Tell everybody hi. Hug. Hug. I know you don't like that. That's why, right? Go ahead. She doesn't like it. She doesn't like the headphones. Usually I tell her to give me a hug and she'll just put her head up against my face. Oh, well. All right, guys, it's about time to end it. So, again, thank you guys. Sorry no bench tonight, but, I wanted to get everybody's opinion on music, and I'm sorry I monopolized the show that way. But I definitely want to get more people on here. Like it's Tuesday, Michael B will be here, and and I would love to get people from the chat on here. Get MPN, get you back on here. Greasy, get you on here. You guys can do a whole show one night or part of one, whatever you want. Let's get the whole chat interactive here. Let's take it farther than those other couple shows. Peggy says you're pretty. Come up here. No, not. I don't want your chin. Come here. Up here. Got her chin on my leg. Matt, I gotta get you on here too, man. You want to meet Mad Hatter? You want to meet Mad Hatter? Come here. Come here. Come up here. Come here. Come up here. Come here. Come on. Come here. Look up here. Look. Oh, well. You gotta go outside? There she goes. All right, guys. Thank you again. And I truly am grateful for all you guys being here. I can't figure out why anybody'd want to sit and hang out with me. But thank you guys. And with that, let me play this intro, outro. Peggy, I'm going to have to see if I can watch that. You said it's at the very end? I will check that out and see what's going on. Okay. All right, everybody. See you Monday. Good night. Good night, everybody. Good night, Lewis. See you Monday.